Hey everyone, welcome to this week's edition of the My WHIM Life show, where we use wisdom, humor, inspiration, and motivation to share other entrepreneurs' journeys with you. So my guest this week is Dustin Laub. He is the creator and owner of MEP Meals, which I take advantage of literally almost every single week. My fridge or my freezer is always stocked with his food. It's how I survive in my crazy busy schedule and keep good food in my body. So Dustin, tell me a little bit about you.
All right, so I was a cook in the Coast Guard for 6 years. That's kind of where my cooking journey began. And after I got out of the military, I went to the Art Institute in San Francisco for culinary. So from cooking in the Coast Guard to classically trained chef at the Art Institute in San Francisco. And then after graduation, I was kind of just doing a few little cooking jobs, got out of the cooking world and got into like the supplement world. And then my wife realized that I was kind of bored with that, so she bought me a food truck. And so that was it. That was the beginning of MEP Meals. Unfortunately, the food truck, we outgrew it in about 6 months. And so then we needed a physical location because we had grown faster than we thought we were going to, since it started out as a hobby, just something fun to keep me busy. And then so then now we were cooking about 400 or 500 meals a week, and now we're about 1,800 meals a week.
Oh my gosh, I know that you were talking it couldn't have been a month ago that I saw a live Facebook with you, and you said you were up to 1,200, so that's grown even since then.
Yeah, so during COVID and my wife going on maternity leave, we like tripled in business. And so she was able to quit her 40-hour-a-week job to go full-time with this. And then as about 2 months ago, I was able to quit my job to go full-time with this as well. So we're full-time MEP Meals now, to where we're actually looking at buying our own facility, our own restaurant. We'll be open 5 days a week. So it'll offer 2 cook days. You can come in 5 days a week to get meals if you're just in the area. And we're also going to have a fine dining night and cooking classes.
Oh my gosh, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I know I was introduced to you through my personal trainer and really close friend of mine, Carly Young. She had had some of your meals at her gym, and so I kind of took a sample there and have been hooked ever since. Got my husband hooked on it, and I think I share your stuff constantly because I've tried a lot of different meal programs. Some that you order in, some you have to cook yourself. There's so many different options out there in this realm. And I'm pretty sure I've tried almost all of them. And I just have to say, yours are by far the best that I've had, flavor-wise, the quantity-wise. I love, love, love that I get to go in and I get to choose my protein and then my carb and then my vegetables, so that I get to mix it up each and every week. And I just think the way you guys have set this up is phenomenal.
Yeah, we've done our research on every company out there, and nobody lets you customize it the way that we do, which is a lot of work on our back end, but it makes it so great for the customer, where if they're on any kind of diet, they can plug us into their diet. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you also provide, I know on every single meal, you provide what the macros are. So for those of us who are really, kind of dialing in our nutrition, we get a really good bird's eye view of exactly what we're getting in each and every meal.
Exactly. Yeah. So your macros are, when you're loading your cart, your macros show up to the side before you even check out. So if you're like, hey, I need to add more to this, or I need to take away from that, you'll know before you submit your order, which is really nice if you're got some goal where you're trying to do a competition, or you're just trying to lose weight, or whatever you're trying to do. We make it so you can definitely achieve your goals.
Yeah. So when did you first get that food truck? How long has this been going on?
So we've been in business for about 4.5 years, and so like I said, the first 6 months was the food truck, and the last 4 years have been in the place that we rent currently.
Fantastic, fantastic. And I love that you are looking at expanding more. I'm excited about having more opportunities
Yeah,
and get in there and learn how to cook a little. That's not something that I learned how to cook Southern Texas food from my mom, which does not fit into anyone's macros ever.
sure.
So unlearning some of those bad habits has been a struggle.
Yeah. Yeah, no, healthy food, we want it to taste good. So it can't taste bland. There's like a fine balance where you can season it up and make it taste well with and still be healthy, where a lot of the other companies, they're making it healthy, but there's no flavor. And
Yeah.
so the people are going to fall off of their diet if they don't really look forward to eating the food.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about, I know Haley was a huge part in getting this started for you and now an integral part of keeping it running, I'm sure. So tell me a little bit about your wife and your new baby.
Yeah, so Ava is her name. She's 5 months old as of this Tuesday. And so she's growing like a weed. My wife, like I'm the face of it, 'cause I'm the one cooking and I'm in the kitchen, but she's like the back end that keeps everything together. And so she
Yeah.
does all like until this last week, she was handwriting every label. And so for 4.5 years, she was handwriting your name on them, all your macros on 100 to now 1,800 meals every Monday, and then getting my sheets ready to portion, all the back end stuff that nobody sees. That's what Haley's been doing. And so it's not the glamorous side. So she kind of thinks people don't know about her, but without her, there'd be no me. So she has a
Yeah.
big part in it for sure.
Yeah, I definitely see her at least on social media following. So I know that she really has kind of been the backbone for you. You are so good about making sure that she's included and that she's given the rah that she needs to
Yeah, for
keep
sure. Like
supporting you in the background.
there's 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 this old saying where there's no great man without a great woman, and that's definitely a true thing. So I don't know how the single successful guys are doing it, but the married guys is because we have a great wife supporting us.
That's fantastic. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it, love it. So where are you looking at expanding? I'm assuming you're going to stay here in the Treasure Valley, just make it
yeah,
bigger
yeah.
here.
So I feel like Meridian's the central location, and so we want to be about 2 miles north or south of the freeway in the Meridian area. So that way it's easy to pick up, and then when we send our drivers out for delivery, it's kind of in the middle as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That was one thing I didn't mention before is you guys, you do have an opportunity for us to pick up on Wednesdays, but if you live in the Central Treasure Valley, you do delivery as well.
Yeah, so every Wednesday we have Ada and Canyon County deliveries. I do the Ada County, which are about 70, 75 deliveries. Then I have a Canyon County driver as well. And so we're up to like almost like 100 deliveries every week.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah,
fantastic. I
yeah.
love it. I love it, love it. So I know you do more than just the standard meals. You've also got some amazing spaghetti dishes. You've also got a zucchini lasagna and a chicken Alfredo. So this is not just the healthy stuff. He makes some really good pasta dishes as well.
We do, yeah. So and as we expand, there's going to be a lot more options like that. Some more of the healthy, but not maybe as healthy. So if you're trying to eat clean, but you're like, I like a little more flavor, so we got more sauces and stuff like that. We're gonna have a lot more options here once we move into our own location. And then
Yeah.
we're also trying out kids meals. So with a lot of the families that have their kids at home, it's one more thing they're having to do. So we tried out some kids meals to see how that works out for the house.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is
Yeah,
so awesome. Because you
yeah,
do, I mean, you do even more than that. You can buy your amazingly smoked meats by the pound. You
yep.
can get protein pancakes or breakfast burritos. So it's not just all savory meals. You've got some good breakfast dishes as well.
We do, yeah, yeah. We try to cover all of our bases. And like I said, as we grow and as we get feedback from our customers, that's how our menu will grow. So we really listen to what people want and what they don't want.
Perfect. Yeah. So obviously, as an entrepreneur, both of you had worked previously for other people. Now that you are focused as an entrepreneur, what are some of the habits that you have in place on a day-to-day basis that keep this train running?
So I'm big on routine. I feel like without the routine, your everything else kind of goes in like chaotic, like a disaster. It's like every Monday. So I also train people. So every Monday I train my people in the morning, and I go to the kitchen and prep. And then Tuesday's cook day, Wednesday's delivery day. And so I know those 3 days are going to be what they are. And then
Yeah.
Haley has her systems as well. So she knows what her Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be like. And then like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we have like little social media stuff, or if we're doing a demo at a certain gym or just meet and greets kind of things. So we have our structured 3 hardcore days, and the others are kind of more lax. But I would say, as far as keeping everything working well, it's all about routine.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What are the non-negotiables? So say everything kind of gets upside down and sideways. What things are your core must-haves in your day-to-day that you're like, it doesn't matter what happens, this will be in my life?
For me, if I was going to say that, it's probably the people around me, and the people around me have to be loyal. We've
Yeah,
had a few people that tried to partner with us, and their integrity, it wasn't there, is what we had found. And it's never about the money for us. Like, we're doing just fine. And so you have to, if you're going to be a part of MEP Mills, you're going to have to be more than just money. You have to be a good person. That's how you treat people. That's how you treat your family. A lot of things like that. So I would say loyalty is a non-negotiable thing for us.
yeah, I love that. I love that. If you, I mean, obviously you're relatively new at this, and there are a lot of people out there that are either just starting their business or getting ready to start a business or just dreaming of it. If you had one piece of advice for someone that's just starting out, what would that be?
I would say to know what you know and know what you don't know. And so whatever you are passionate about, and that whatever drives your heart and your soul, go 100% with that, and don't let outside to structure what you're going to do, because you know what you can do and you know what you can't do, and you know what you want to do. So there's
Yeah.
always someone in your ear, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. Do what you know you can do, and know what you can do well.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think it's so easy to get swayed by the logical or what seems like the safe route rather than going for it, even though there's no clear path. And a lot of people get trapped in that. And I just want to shake him and go, if you would just put in the time, I promise you, it's a more valid opportunity than you think it is.
Like you said with the time, so none of this comes easy. If you're an entrepreneur, none of this is going to come easy. It's going to be so hard. You want to quit all the time. Like, I
Yes.
was doing 7 days a week, 70 hours a week for 4.5 years before I was able to quit my job. And that was like pushing myself to the limits. But I knew at the end there was that apple and it was going to pay off, and I kept doing it.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I love it. I love that you guys are out there on your own. One more question for you. It's the last question I always like to ask, and it is, how do you give back?
So we do a lot of stuff with the community, with charities. So we did a thing for Underground Railroad, which is for it's a great organization with child trafficking, and so we did a meal, a kids meal, and everything from that, not the every dollar that we bought into it went to that. So it wasn't the profits, it was the whole thing. So we did
Yeah,
that. We're looking at a couple more nonprofits in the area that we believe in, and so that's kind of the nonprofit giving back that way. But then just employing like people is like huge. Like, I get to have these employees, and they're more like friends. They're not like employees. Like, they look at me, and anything that I do and I ask them to do, they know that I'll do it as well. So it's not like an employee. It's more like a leader and a friend.
yeah. Yeah, one thing I just thought about, because I know you guys have done it once, I think you did it twice. You did like a challenge. If you went in and agreed to buy, $40 worth of meals, then you got entered into a challenge. Are you guys doing any more of those coming up?
Yeah, so we did one. The first one was $1,000 cash in your pocket, whoever won. And it did so well that we doubled it. So the second one was $2,000 in your pocket if you won. And so we'll probably do one at the beginning of the year. And who knows what we're gonna offer. It's like once you sign up and you're doing it, you're gonna get very rewarded for getting yourself in shape.
Yeah, that was super awesome and super motivating. I love how you involved all of us, through social media and just kept in touch with us throughout that whole challenge. So I definitely am looking forward to the next one.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for it.
All right, Dustin, I really, really, really appreciate your time and energy. I'm a huge fan, so I appreciate all that you and Haley are putting all your efforts into, and I wish you the very best.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on. It's been awesome.
No problem. I will make sure that all of Dustin's contact information is in the show notes, and we will see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in to the My WHIM Life show today. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a moment of the goodness.